We're on the road. Where transportation goes, community grows. Welcome to On the Road with the MTA. And welcome to another edition of On the Road with the MTA. I'm Jay Gibbons alongside with Stephanie Kay from the MTA, who's over there. Was a flicking your phone? Is that what you're doing?
I am. I have a friend who's
You're
a detective.
doom scrolling, aren't you?
Well, no. This is interesting. I wasn't going to mention it, but since you mentioned it, brought it to our attention. I have a friend who's a detective, and he's working on the case with Gun 3 missing, and he found a camera of the man's face. Well, kind of his face. He's got a ski thing on, but then he got a close up of it so you can see. But
wow.
Yeah, I know. And they're working on that right now. So they know. Anyway,
they're getting closer.
Yes, they are. So, and you and I have talked to him on the air, but I won't say his name because, okay, he's undercover. It's interesting. Yeah, more about that later. We might be able to talk to him once he, uncovers some other things he's working on.
Exactly.
Sounds good. Anyway, but we do have someone even more special in our studio, and it's Shelly Hoffman. We've been friends for, I don't know how long, Shelly, 30, 40 years?
Gazillion years.
Telling our age. Telling our ages. Yes, but now I'm so proud of you because you are now at the Shelter of Flint that does so much for the entire community, and you are the Vice President, and give me your whole title because I can't even repeat it. There's so much going on. What are you?
Vice President and Chief Operating Officer.
A coup. She's a Vice President. Yeah,
she's a coup. She's a VIP coup.
So what did you hire in as, like when you first started?
Grants Manager.
See, look at that. You've grown so much. And how long ago was that?
6 years ago.
Wow. Good for you.
Didn't take her very long to get up the old ladder.
No, it did not. Every job she's had, she's just flourished with it. So I'm so proud of you for this one. And tell us, I know, isn't there the coldest day of the year in February?
Coldest night of the year
is
our fundraising walk that we're holding on February 28th.
Okay, and how can people get involved with that?
Oh, thanks for asking. They can visit the website, which is cnoy.com/Flint. They can sign up, have a team. They can sign up to be on someone else's team and be a walker. They can donate to their friends. They can donate to my team. And they can come out on February 28th and walk with us in downtown Flint.
Oh, my gosh. That's going to be a lot of fun because they're all together. They stay warm and they're walking together like that. Now, I've done it in the past, and it wasn't as cold as I thought it might be, so it wasn't bad. It was rewarding because you're helping people.
Yeah.
It's been pretty cold on some of the years we've done this and not so much on others. This is our 5th year, and this is an event that takes place all across North America. So it's not just here in Flint. We're joining communities all across the U.S. and Canada where the event originated.
So that all happens at the same time on the same night?
Same day, same time.
Excellent.
Except, of course, for different time zones.
Right, right.
Yep.
It's not too late to get involved, right?
Not too late at all. You can even come out on the day of and get involved. But it's a walk. Walkers have a choice between 1 mile or 3 miles. We're going to start at the North Bank Center at the University of Michigan Flint. Mm-hmm. We'll have hot drinks from Starbucks and hot soup from Timothy's Pub. Both those organizations
I love them.
Come out and support us every year for this and do this free of charge to help support the work we're doing to help people experiencing homelessness, hunger, and hurt.
Oh, give us a date again.
February 28th.
So there's still plenty of time to get involved. And how much is it?
Registration starts at 4 o'clock. We step off at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
There is no fee to participate.
Really?
It's a pure fundraising event. So we ask that people try to fundraise for the event.
Nice.
Very
Families are welcome to join us. We have kids who come out and
That's
walk.
nice.
And it's the event is fun. People really enjoy themselves. We have musical entertainment from Mr. Tim, who is just fantastic and is volunteering his services every year to do this. And it's a very festive atmosphere. But then when people go out to walk, they really get an idea of what it's like to live outside at this time of year on what is traditionally the coldest night of the year. And people are so moved by this event. It's really hard to put into words the experience that people have. But they come back year after year for it, and this event has grown. We started the first year, we had 20, 30 people walk. Last year, we had 200.
Oh, my gosh. That's what I'm talking about. When she does something, she does it well.
Yeah. Very well.
That's incredible.
I'm very fortunate to have colleagues who work on this as well and do an amazing job of putting it together.
Great team. You have a great team, and we're so proud to have you here. And I know the reason why we're doing this is because I have thought about it. I've even said to Jay, can you imagine having to be outdoors when it's this cold?
Oh, yeah.
We complain about walking from our car to our house or front door to the work. It's like, my gosh, it's so cold out there. To be outside and have kids too. So I was talking to Jamie from United Way, and we were talking about how wonderful it was and how proud we are of you, because when a lot of the government cuts happened, you could not take care of the people like you wanted to. And you guys took it upon yourself to open your basement to bring people in out of the cold?
Well, that was really a community effort. The usual warming center for women and children has been housed at Catholic Charities.
Right.
And the space that usually takes place needed some renovations that they were doing. So there wasn't going to be a space for women and children this year for a nighttime warming center.
Which is so important and needed.
And so we opened our lower level to be able to house 47 people down there overnight. And we have been full.
I bet.
A lot of the time. And we've actually have another space in the shelter where we can fit 10 more people. And we've been using that. We thought we would use it for overflow, but we have been using it as an isolation area because we are getting people who are sick, not just the viruses that are going around this time of year, but we also get people who are medically vulnerable. They're released from hospitals with nowhere to go and without the proper supports they need to recover from whatever they were in the hospital for. So it's been pulling us in directions we didn't really expect. And we're learning a lot, and we're seeing a lot of people, and we're keeping them safe, we're keeping them warm. And that was really the whole point.
You're probably keeping them alive. I mean, that's if they're out in the cold and they're sick, there's chances are they could actually have worse situation.
Absolutely. There have been people who came to us, and without intervention from our staff, I don't think that they would have survived.
Wow. And you also find people housing, don't you? I know you've done that in the past. We're able to help them find a home.
Well, part of our work is finding housing. So people who are in our shelter, the families in our shelter, and the people that our outreach team encounter, our goal with all of them is to move them into housing that they can live successfully in.
And I know a lot of shelters will only take women and children. And didn't you also have a program where you would let the men, the families come together as well?
We never separate families.
Good.
If there's a man with a woman or with children, they come to our shelter as well. And we even accept pets because we know that a family's love for their pet
Gotta have puppies and kitties in there.
them from coming to a shelter because they don't want to give up their pet.
Sure.
And so we let family pets come in. We've had dogs and cats and lizards and turtles and rabbits.
Wow.
And it's really been adding another dimension to the shelter.
That's so cool.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
Yeah, and you know how we know that animals help people with their mental health.
I was going to say other kids but they don't have pets might say, oh, I can't pet your dog. And then that's such a therapeutic thing to do, too.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that you do that. You made me of that movie I watched. I forget the name of it. It was Will Smith, and he and his son had to find a place of shelter in the evenings. It was based on a true story. And they wouldn't take him sometimes because he was a man. I thought, man, I'm just so grateful that you do that when they have children.
Yeah, it's hard for people to find a shelter bed. All of the shelters are at capacity.
I can imagine.
And the number of people living outside is high, and it's a significant problem in our community that we don't have enough resources to help the people who need it.
What do they do if they go to all the shelters and all the shelters are full? How do they find warmth to stay alive? Do you have any idea what they do?
Sometimes they don't find warmth. Sometimes they're able to get money for hotels and motels. Sometimes through a diversion program, we can find other places people can go, family members who can take them. We really work with people when they call and we're full to explore all of the options that they have available to them.
Doesn't it make you realize the need out there? I mean, until you had this job, you probably didn't realize just how important it was to help people find shelter, right? I mean, you thought, oh, they're homeless. But now when you see what the need is, and like you had told me once before, one accident, you could be one accident away from being homeless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have the full picture of homelessness until I started working with Shelter of Flint, and it really has been eye-opening. Some of the most eye-opening things, though, are people's attitude toward others experiencing homelessness. And it feels like there's a lot of vitriol out there, that a lot of people are angry that people are homeless, or that they feel like homelessness is a moral failing.
Like a laziness. Or just
Laziness.
They brought it on themselves.
And for so many people, especially those who are living in poverty, they are just one missed paycheck, one calamity, one car repair away from homelessness. You have to make decisions of what to do with limited resources. And sometimes that means feeding your kids. Sometimes that means fixing your car to get to work. And it means not being able to pay the rent that month. And then it just builds up and builds up. And then once people lose their housing, it's even harder for them to get housing, because
and credit and everything.
if they've been evicted, they have that on their record. It makes it harder to find housing. And then just think about the costs involved in moving into a place for the first time.
Oh, yes.
Most apartment complexes need first month's rent, last month's rent, and a security deposit.
That's a
and
lot.
with current rent, that's running into the thousands of dollars just to get into a place. And that's cost prohibitive for so many people, especially those living in poverty, which is 17% of our county.
And then you have to consider, you get to buy the dishes and the furniture and the towels, and that's an expense too. I mean, if you just find a place, great, but you have to have it furnished.
Well, and you think about some of the people who are evicted and they don't have a way to transport their belongings, and so the landlord, in an effort to move them out, they move all of their belongings to the front lawn. We see this all the time, right, with people's belongings strewn across the yard. Yeah. And if they have no way to collect those, if they don't have a truck they can borrow from someone, they lose all of their belongings. And so then they come to us with absolutely nothing.
They have to feel like they're in a spiral down. I guess that's going to be so depressing for them, too.
Just starting completely over with nothing.
So what do people do? I know you can bring them in to spend the night and keep them warm and feed them. Do you feed them as well?
We do. We have snacks, and when needed, we have meals as well. You mean for the warming center? Yeah. It's not a full meal program like our shelter is, but we do have food available.
So tell us the difference between the shelter and what you're doing here.
Well, the shelter is a longer stay. People are admitted into the shelter. They come and go as they need to in the day to go to work or school. They leave their belongings with us. And then when they come back in the evening, they have a bed, and they can stay in the day if they don't have appointments or if they're not looking for a place at that moment. And we feed them 3 meals a day plus an organized snack. Now, the warming center is a little different. It's limited in its funding, and it's really just designed to provide warmth for people to get out of the cold. And in the day, they're transported over to the Center for Hope at Catholic Charities, and they get meals there, and they can also get meals at Carriagetown, which has a meal program.
That's what I was wondering. I know you take them in the evenings. They can find some place to sleep and have warmth. But then during the day, I thought, where do they go? But I didn't think about the other places. They can go and have meals there. But they can't stay all day long there, can they?
At the Center for Hope, it is a daytime warming center. And so we work very closely together, and we transport people back and forth. All of the homelessness services community has stepped in to provide the support needed to move people from one place to another.
Can you help them find work too? Do you work with anybody that helps, like, a program that can say, okay, we need somebody to work at McDonald's or work someplace so they can use people?
Our case managers always work with people to help them maximize their income. Some people aren't able to work either because of mental health problems or child care, but those who do and can, many people in our shelter do work. They go to work from our shelter, and then we work with them to help them find jobs as well.
Well, I know I've gone to your luncheons, which every year, annually you had the luncheons, and they're very interesting. I always enjoy it and always learn so much. And you will tell the stories about how people were homeless, and maybe it was a divorce, or maybe she was in an abusive relationship. She had to get out of it, or there was a family that he lost his job. And then you have those people in the actual room, and they stand up and tell their stories, and that makes it real. That's like, okay, it's not just a story or a movie. This is somebody you might see on the street, somebody you might have known, right? Maybe been your neighbor or your relative.
It's absolutely real, and there's a really good chance that it is a relative or friend or neighbor.
Or it could be. If it's not now, it could be. You just never know. Yeah, wow. Well, you're doing important work, and I really thank you. For that.
Big time. Yeah. We need to clone you like 100,000 times.
So how can we help? How can people listening? How can we help you guys?
Well, first of all, MTA provides great help to our agency through bus passes and the support from the United Way and MTA and Huntington Bank. And so we're really grateful for that support. Other ways people can support, of course, is with cash donations. Really, money is what makes the work happen. We can't do it without funding.
And that's like the food bank said, is you can give us food. When you give us that money, they can buy more food at a reasonable price. And I'm sure when you have the money, you can find things more so than we can too. If we gave you like a dishes, you could probably buy more so. But anyway, money is good. So how can we get you the money?
You can do that online at shelterofflint.org/donate. You can also find information there about Coldest Night of the Year if you want to connect with that. And we also have on that page wish lists. So if people want to donate goods, they can look there and see what we are in need of. And we have a couple of different ways people can do that, either going out and buying things on their own and making arrangements to drop them off, or they can order things directly through an Amazon wish list that are shipped to us.
That's great. And I know you don't want a lot of used things because you don't know if somebody might have animals and they're allergic to this, the hair or they're bed bugs, or you don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not able to take used items, especially cloth items, because it is a pest risk. And,
absolutely.
And we don't have the staffing to process them and store them and do all the work associated with that.
Well, thanks for the work you're doing, because that's amazing. And if people, until you're homeless, you don't realize how important that is either.
Right.
So yeah, when I see them on the streets and stuff, you want to help people, but helping the shelter, like you're helping so many more people.
And we vet those people to know that they are actually experiencing homelessness and in need.
Right. Well, I mean, if somebody's going to wait in line for food, you think, okay, if they're go ahead and give it to them. But with this, when you're taking somebody off the street to give them a room, you're full. So you have to make sure that these people really need that spot. And I don't think it'd come to you if they didn't need it, but you know how to tell the difference, which is helpful. Like we were talking about off the air too. Many of us have thought about that when we see people on the corner and they're saying, no, I will work whenever you give us some money. You've seen the shows like on CNN where it shows they are a group. Like you said, that was not a true person that needs the money.
Right.
Or but with you know who needs the money, so you give it to them. When I see those people in the street, I might give them a bus pass or I might give them something to eat, but they say not to give them cash because you don't know if that's legit or not. But with you, it's legit because you make sure you vet those people. So we'll give it to you from here on out.
All right. That sounds like a great plan. Thank you.
Yeah. And every year we give you the bus passes. So we're looking forward to doing that again too. You're always in the list. Well, is there anything else you want to cover before we let you go back to work?
Well, we're just so grateful to you and MTA, to both of you,
thanks.
Stephanie and Jay, for all you do and
thank you
for this opportunity to talk about the work we do and how it helps citizens in our community.
We wouldn't be our community without you.
That's right.
For sure. You're welcome back anytime we're doing something new.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Well, good. Well,
got to come back every time then. Let her bring you.
I know she's on her way to another meeting too. So can you tell us what that means about or not?
It's for the Board of Trustees of the Flint Community Players.
Oh, that's how we met, is doing theater. So I didn't know you were still on that. I didn't know you were still doing that with the players.
I was asked last year to join the trustees. That's the group that manages the trust for the organization.
Yeah. Well, good for you, because I can trust you. So that's good. Well, yeah, because you don't do theater too much. Well, she had her own theater company actually too.
Did you really?
Company. Yes, she did.
Oh, no wonder you guys get along so well.
Yes.
Former actresses.
Well, we did a lot of murder mysteries together. We played a lot of fun parts together. So.
Do you have an IDBM portfolio too, like Stephanie does?
I do,
IMDb?
but it has to be disambiguated because there's another Shelly Hoffman who did stunts in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and it has us put together, so our credits are mixed.
I did not know that. That's funny. Well, she was in a movie, and who was the star in the movie? It was around here. You just did one not too long ago.
Oh, that was a long time
years ago. But I mean, what was the name of that? I kept thinking it was, it's Keith. What was his name? I remember thinking.
I don't know. Is it a famous actor?
She can't think of it either. I know.
That's how you know you're getting older, is because you can see the face, you can see the person, but you can't think of
what
their
was the
name
of the movie?
Alleged.
Okay, look
Alleged.
alleged and see who was in that movie. Yeah.
Alleged. Okay, so we'll
Yeah.
have to,
And it wasn't filmed like at the Crossroads.
Brian Dennehy.
Brian Dennehy.
There
That's
you
who
go.
it is. Yes,
See,
yes,
you just
yes.
had to wait.
I've
It was-
always liked him. I wanted to meet him. Was he nice?
He was very nice.
Okay, good. That's pretty cool. And then she also had not only her own murder mystery program, but she also did the theater. What was that one called? When you did the directing?
I've directed for a few different groups.
That is
but
what you had your own group.
briefly, yeah, and then COVID came along.
I know. That darn COVID. What was it called, though? Your
The
theater
Flint
group.
Theater Guild.
Okay, there you go.
Oh,
See,
nice.
So she's
Very cool.
Well versed, yeah. Well, we'll let her get back to doing her important stuff. But thanks for coming in.
Thank
Make
you.
sure you listen every week. It's called On the Road with the MTA, Jay, and Stephanie K. How can they be a guest?
All I got to do is drop us an email at podcast@mtaflint.org.
And you'll hear yourself every week right here on the road. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to On the Road with the MTA. For more information on our services and community outreach, visit us online anytime at www.mtaflint.org. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The MTA, your community, your connection, your way.